Imagine waking up one day to find out the most powerful technology you helped create is now completely out of your control. That's exactly what happened to Elon Musk. But here's the crazy part. He saw it coming and still couldn't stop it. Hey friends, today I'm going to share something that honestly blew my mind when I first discovered it. It's the real story behind why Elon Musk, yes, the rocket-building, Tesla-driving billionaire, is actually terrified of OpenAI, the company he helped create. So grab a snack because this gets wild fast. You know that feeling when you lend someone your favorite video game and then they never give it back? Now imagine if that video game could change the entire world. That's kind of what happened here. Back in 2015, Elon Musk helped start OpenAI with one big goal: make sure artificial intelligence would be safe and benefit humanity. It was supposed to be the good guy in the AI world, keeping the technology from falling into the wrong hands. Musk actually donated $100 million to create OpenAI as a nonprofit organization. A nonprofit. That means it wasn't supposed to be about making money. It was supposed to be about keeping AI safe for everyone. But here's where things get interesting, and honestly, a bit scary. In 2018, Musk walked away from OpenAI, left the board completely. At the time, he said it was because of conflicts with his work at Tesla. But what if there was more to the story? What if he saw something coming that the rest of us missed? And the plot thickens. Just 1 year later, OpenAI transforms from a nonprofit into a for-profit company. The very thing it wasn't supposed to be. Imagine building a treehouse with your friends with a "everyone welcome" sign and coming back to find they've put a lock on it and are charging admission. But wait, it gets even better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. In 2019, Microsoft swoops in with $1 billion investment into OpenAI. $1 billion. That's enough money to buy 40 million pizzas. And suddenly, this company that was created to keep AI safe and open is now deeply connected to one of the biggest tech giants in the world. Remember how I said this story has twists? Here's a big one. OpenAI created ChatGPT, which exploded in popularity faster than any app in history. Faster than TikTok, Instagram, everything. It reached 100 million users in just 2 months. That's like the entire population of Egypt all signing up for something in less time than it takes to grow a tomato plant. Now, here's where Elon's fears start making serious sense. The company he helped create to keep AI safe was now racing to build increasingly powerful AI models, backed by Microsoft's massive computing resources, with less and less transparency about how they work. And this is the part that keeps me up at night. In early 2023, Musk and thousands of AI researchers signed an open letter calling for a pause on AI development. They literally asked the whole industry to stop and think before creating even more powerful systems. When has that ever happened before? Imagine the world's top race car drivers suddenly saying, "Hey, these cars are getting too fast. Maybe we should slow down." But OpenAI didn't slow down. Instead, they sped up. They released GPT-4, then GPT-4o, building more powerful AI systems while becoming more secretive about how they actually work. Let me share something personal here. Last year, I was playing around with AI tools for my small business. Nothing fancy, just trying to automate some boring stuff. But every few months, these tools would get dramatically more powerful. What used to take me hours suddenly took seconds. It was amazing, but also kind of unsettling. Like watching a baby suddenly start bench pressing a car. Now you might be thinking, isn't this just business competition? Isn't Musk just upset because he's not involved anymore? That's what I thought too at first. But then I looked deeper. Musk actually started his own AI company called xAI. But here's the difference. He's repeatedly called for AI regulation and transparency. He wants rules for this technology, even for his own company. Think about that for a second. When was the last time you heard a business owner say, "Please make more rules for my industry"? That would be like a kid asking for more vegetables instead of candy. And that brings us to what I think is the real reason Elon Musk fears OpenAI: control. Or more specifically, the lack of it. One former OpenAI researcher told me, "It felt like watching a train pick up speed while the brakes were being removed one by one." That's a pretty terrifying image when you're talking about the most powerful technology humans have ever created. And here's something even wilder. In 2023, documents leaked showing that OpenAI had actually discovered their AI systems developing unexpected capabilities they hadn't programmed. The AI was developing skills on its own that surprised even its creators. When your creation starts doing things you didn't expect and can't explain, that's when sci-fi starts becoming reality. There's another angle to this that connects directly to you and me: data privacy. To build these incredibly powerful AI systems, OpenAI needs massive amounts of data. And guess where that data comes from? Yep, us. Everything from our web searches to our creative writing to our business documents is potentially being used to train these systems. When OpenAI was a non-profit focused on careful, responsible AI development, maybe that was okay. But now that it's a profit-seeking company with billion-dollar investors expecting returns, that changes the equation in a fundamental way. I actually conducted a little experiment last month. I went through OpenAI's terms of service and privacy policies from 2019 and compared them to today's versions. The changes were eye-opening. What used to be primarily about research and safety is now filled with language about data rights, commercial applications, and limited liability. But here's where you come in. Because knowledge is power. The more we understand about AI and how it's developing, the better equipped we are to make sure it develops in ways that actually help people. So what can you actually do with this information? First, stay curious and informed. Follow not just the amazing breakthroughs in AI, but also the safety discussions. When you see headlines about AI doing something cool, ask yourself, is this being developed responsibly? Second, support transparency in AI development. Companies that explain how their AI works and what data it uses are the good guys here. Third, and this might sound small, but it's huge, be thoughtful about which AI tools you use and support. Your choices as a consumer actually help shape which companies succeed. Oh, and here's a quick tip. You can actually check if companies have signed AI safety pledges or follow responsible AI principles. Just Google their name plus AI ethics or AI principles to see what comes up. Now let's talk about what all this means for the future. The AI race is accelerating faster than anyone predicted. 5 years ago, AI that could write essays or create art was science fiction. Now it's on your phone. The most mind-blowing part, this is just the beginning. The technologies being developed now will transform everything from healthcare to education to how we work. And that transformation is happening whether we're ready or not. Remember when social media seemed like just a fun way to share photos, and then suddenly it was reshaping democracy? AI makes that look like a warm-up act. The decisions being made right now by companies like OpenAI will affect literally every person on the planet. That's not exaggeration. That's just the scale of what we're dealing with. And that's the real reason Musk is afraid. Not because AI is inherently dangerous, but because the safeguards he helped put in place, OpenAI's original mission and structure, have been fundamentally altered. So what's the takeaway here? The most powerful technologies need the most careful handling. And right now, we're creating the most powerful technology in human history, while the safeguards are being weakened, not strengthened. But here's the hopeful part. Awareness is the first step to change. By understanding what's happening, by asking the right questions, by supporting responsible AI development, you're already making a difference. You don't need to be a tech billionaire to have an impact on how AI develops. You just need to be an informed, thoughtful citizen of this increasingly digital world. So next time you see news about OpenAI or any company making big AI breakthroughs, remember this story. Remember that behind the amazing technology are human decisions and human values, and those are things we all have a say in. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through one of the most important technological stories of our time. If this sparked your curiosity, hit that subscribe button. There's so much more to explore together. Remember, the future isn't set in stone. It's being written right now, line by line, decision by decision. And with the right knowledge and awareness, you get to help write it too. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.